This is the MetPod Radio Report here on 76.1 Inter FM with information from inside the pages of Japan's #1 English language magazine, Metropolis. This time we're talking with Assistant Editor Sarah Cortina and other members of our staff about what you'll find inside the pages and on the cover of this week's magazine. Sarah?
Well, this week, you can tell by looking at the cover, the feature is all about the Olympics. So we've got a huge feature all about the different Japanese athletes, what you can look for, where you can maybe expect Japan to take home some medals or at least be in contention during the Winter Olympics.
Tell us about some of the other articles found inside the pages of Metropolis.
In our up front page, we've got an interesting self-quiz. Which Japanese city or prefecture are you?
You can be assigned a prefecture based
That's
on
right.
personality
Yeah,
traits?
you know, we asked, are you warm, trendy, and chic? Are you a nature lover? Are you hardworking? And, you know, you can answer a couple of questions, pick which one of these best describes you, and we can tell you what Japanese prefecture or city you best match.
And what is the last word about this week?
We actually have an article called About Face. This is by Tony Del Vecchio, who is one of the Left Behind fathers, and he's writing about his experiences as a parent. You know, he was married to a Japanese woman, and when they got divorced, she got custody of their daughter, and he has not seen, she took off, and he has not been able to see his daughter since. And he's been campaigning ever since then about trying to get the U.S. government involved to get Japan to sign the Hague Convention, and he also hosts support groups, meetings for so-called Left Behind parents.
And I'm sure we have a restaurant recommendation.
This week's restaurant recommendation is the Fire King Cafe out in Yoyogi Uehara. It's kind of an easygoing Indonesian, Southeast Asian kind of themed cafe.
And of course, there's much more inside the pages of this week's Metropolis Magazine. You can find it in more than 1,030 locations.
That's a lot.
Where do you pick up your Metropolis Magazine?
You know, almost always in Shibuya. As I'm heading home, you know, you hop into Tower Records, HMV, Hub. Those are all great places to find it.
And Mr. Kaleb James, where do you find your Metropolis Magazine?
Usually on the way out from paying my bail for the weekend, whatever I was picked up for in Roppongi or
I see.
Harajuku.
They always have an extra copy around.
Great place to pick up chicks.
Pick up our magazine for more information about what's happening in Tokyo this week and every week. Or listen to our podcast. It's called
The MetPod!
The Tokyo MetPod
Radio Report.
The Tokyo MetPod. It's all about life in Tokyo at www.metpod.com.
Come get some of this.
And join us every morning for the MetPod Radio Report.
Radio Report.
I'm Kamasami Kong on 76.1
76.1
Inter FM.